So who am I speaking with?
I'm Alex Hunter. I'm an angel investor and branding nerd.
And you have had a lot of experience with branding about building passion with Virgin America. So maybe you could just walk through maybe a handful of actual things that you've done that really just hit home on building that passion to create essentially evangelical users.
Sure. Travel is actually a surprisingly easy arena to do this in. What a lot of people forget is, or don't appreciate, is that travel is a very emotional experience, for better or worse. We're dropping somebody off at the airport, and we're not going to see them for a long time, or we're waiting for our friend or spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever to come out of the gate. We are primed and ready. So the chances of us having an emotional response to something that happens when we're in the airline's hands, poor user experience, great user experience, frustration with the product, the chances of that coming out as emotion are far, far greater. And I think when we were building Virgin America, we learned that, and we tried to reflect that in everything we did, and making sure that the entire customer journey was a reflection of the positive values that we had created.
So let's go over actual specifics. So what, like, maybe pinpoint the 2 or 3 things that you think have the largest impact on that sort of, that whole, life cycle of what the journey is.
Sure. So there was always been physical barriers between customers and travel staff. You're either checking in front of a check-in desk and they're behind desk, and that's a deep psychological problem. There's a physical barrier which creates an emotional barrier and a psychological barrier. So we moved the entire process to the other side of the wall, at least in San Francisco, and we were blessed with very, very, very smart physical user experience geniuses who handcrafted tables with flowers, and they were furniture and not utilitarian items. And it just helps continue the relaxation process, settling any kind of nervous tension as you start your journey. And the points of friction when in an entire airline experience happen at check-in and on the plane. So if we can mitigate both points of friction, then you hope that results in a positive experience.
So what would happen on a Virgin America versus, at check-in and on the plane? What would happen in those experiences that would be different than another airline?
Well, I mean, the product has evolved a long time since I left many years ago, but I think just subtle things like referring to passengers as guests. That may seem inconsequential, but it sets a very, very different mindset in everybody who's representing the airline. These people are our guests. They're not, well, they are customers, but a guest has much more of a, I owe it to you to make this responsibility completely and totally awesome.
Just give me one last thing that you think that was the sort of an impactful thing that you guys had done to build that relationship.
I think from the very beginning, we made sure that we integrated ourselves into the physical community of San Francisco. Long before we ever launched. We were out there meeting people, talking to people, giving people a sense of what we were trying to build. And we always referred to ourselves as San Francisco's hometown airline, which is actually, and that was San Francisco's California's only airline. And I think that really helped a lot. And I talked earlier about the importance of embracing one's community. And at that moment in time, since we weren't flying, they were our community. And we felt it very important to embrace them, make them feel part of the journey.
Alec, thanks so much. And by the way, I flew here on Virgin myself.
Well played.